Welcome back to the Duke Show, and this is what you need to know. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's go! Yo, welcome back. This is the Duke Show, and this is what you need to know. And on today's video, man, we got some real Donald Trump stuff, some real, people got they spilling their own opinions about what's going on, and I'm gonna give y'all some of my opinions too about what's going on. But just first, let's get into these videos, man. Let's crack them out. Check this shit out.
I would go as far to say that I would purchase a Glock, and if you and I are walking on the same street and it's dark out and you're a white male, you have to be white for this to count, okay? If you're a white male, even if you don't approach me, I will shoot you. Yeah, I know. So, has to be on the street, you and I, has to be at nighttime. During the day, not so much, but at nighttime, okay? And you have to have very white skin, and be a male.
6 years. 6 fucking years. It took us 6 fucking years to get our citizenship. I know I know some people need more time. I know some people don't ever get their citizenship, but we worked so hard for it. She worked so hard for it. I was just a kid. We came here because she wanted a better life for us. She wanted a better education for us. She wanted for us to have a better future. And now this is all gonna be taken away because of him. Because of that stupid, oh my god, stupid fucking felon. He's a felon. He's a villain. He's a felon. I don't want him here anymore. I can't. I'm not coming back. I'm never coming back here until he leaves the house. He's ruining my life, her life, and the lives of every single immigrant in this country.
Bruh, is this shit a fucking movie?
If the Trump administration requests it, would the Massachusetts State Police assist in mass deportations?
No, absolutely not. But, let me say this. I do think it's important that we all recognize that there's going to be a lot of pressure on states and state officials. And I can assure you, we're going to work really hard to deliver. Some realities also need to be, noted, and that is in 2016, we had a very different situation in the courts. And while I'm sure there may be litigation ahead, there's a lot of other ways that people are going to act and need to act for the sake of their states and their residents. There's regulatory authority and executive powers and the like. There's legislation also within our states. So I think that the key here is that every tool in the toolbox has got to be used to protect our citizens, to protect our residents, and protect our states, and certainly to hold the line on democracy and the rule of law as a basic principle, right?
Damn, did she just say that her state of Massachusetts won't assist Donald Trump, the president of the United States, with deportation? What? Is this a movie?
I wasn't gonna fucking say anything, but y'all are really starting to make my fucking ass itch. How the fuck did 60% of fucking Latinos vote for fucking Trump? Are you fucking dumb? I'm guessing so, bitch. How the fuck did y'all vote for a motherfucker who don't even fucking want y'all here? Then y'all only defense is, oh, I'm legal. But your abuela not. Your tias and tios not. Your primas and primos not. Y'all don't fucking think. Y'all so fucking selfish. This shit was not about being selfish. It was about thinking about all minorities years from now. But we can't even blame the black men. I mean, we done had Trump as a president before. We done seen what he do, et cetera, et cetera. But it's the fact that Latinos... Are y'all kidding me? How the fuck did y'all vote for somebody who don't even fuck with y'all? He literally called Puerto Rico an island of fucking trash. What the fuck? Then you got some motherfuckers who like, oh, it was just a joke. him talking about some Puerto Rico's an island of trash. Bitch, that wasn't no fucking joke. That's really how the fuck they wake up and feel about y'all every fucking day. Y'all ain't nothing but some, man. Let me shut the fuck up. Let me shut the fuck up. And another thing I don't fucking like, y'all wanna goddamn have this selected outrage when it comes to racism. Because when motherfuckers being racist towards black people, everybody's cool with it. Nobody's sticking up for us. Nobody's saying shit. But as soon as somebody coming for y'all, it's, oh no, we gotta do something about this. We gotta stand up. We gotta do this. No, we don't gotta do a damn thing. These motherfuckers been racist to us for years. Years. All our life. They're literally trying to erase that shit out of fucking history books. The motherfucker want to defund the Department of Education. Are y'all serious? How the fuck are y'all voting for a motherfucker who want to defund the Department of fucking Education? Dumb.
And I like that he didn't actually plan to ban abortion. He just brought it back to the States. And I like that I do think that in this post-mortem that needs to happen with Democrats, they need to think about why wasn't she given more lead time? Why didn't Biden give her 6 months or a year to run? But there's bigger pictures. That's a micro. There are some macro issues here. The fact that the nation elected somebody like Donald Trump, who even people who voted for him, I talked to so many of these people, will say, I don't like him. I don't like the things he says, but I felt like my life was better under him. I think that a lot of Democrats missed the moment. They were looking at the micro and not the macro.
Do you think the Republicans missed the moment? What about a postmortem on the Republican Party, which is the Trump Party right now?
They just swept, though. I mean, I've been talking about what I'd like to see from the Republican Party.
They won, but they're morally bankrupt.
But America just gave them. So let me just make my point here. So you have people talking about, well, how did he win Michigan? Because Democrats are saying, oh, she should have talked more about Gaza. No, union halls were empty. Dearborn went for Donald Trump. This is not about a micro issue like Gaza. It's people saying the cost of living is too high. The wages are too low. My life felt better under him. And I know what we'll say. Well, Goldman Sachs says the economy will do better under her. The analysts at UPenn and Wharton.
We'll see.
Nobody who is struggling to make ends meet at the table, like how am I going to pay this bill, cares what Wharton professors say about the economy.
With misinformation.
And just one more thing I want to say. This issue of abortion, which I hope we can unpack more, there are a lot of women who cared about abortion, but they were in states like Pennsylvania where they don't have an ultra-restrictive abortion law. They were voting more because they're like pocketbook issues matter more than if a woman in Alabama is able to get an abortion.
But they're going to do worse under a Trump administration. The only people that are going to do well are the millionaires and the billionaires.
And finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the border
misogyny.
crisis is on their doorstep. And they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
That's what that was.
The lessons are not.
Knock. Who's there? Oh.
I just say really quickly, too. Democrats need to be mature, and they need to be honest. And they need to say, yes, there's misogyny. But it's not just misogyny from white men. Mm-hmm. It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right.
It's misogyny from black men, things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States. You know, the Democratic Party, I've always found when you're sitting around talking, they love to just sort of balkanize everybody into these separate groups and say, oh, white people don't like women and black people. No, it is time for the Democrats to say, okay, and you and I have talked about this before, a lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
Right.
A lot
and
of,
with other Hispanics. You got some that don't like each other. And some of the most misogynist things I've heard going on this Get Out the Vote tour came from black men. I mean, misogynist things. So you're absolutely right. It's not simplistic. And we've got to have real honest conversations about it.
Honest conversations.
Yeah, I wanted to say this real quick. You know, it's a shift that happened. It's a spiritual, conscious, you know, real cerebral, real frequency shift that happened. And as we can really deep down and see what's going on, if you could step back and then just look at what's going on, we can see that, you know, the people who are living in these comfortable, you know, areas in life, it seemed like they are the ones that was left back of the shift. But the people who are, everyday average people, it's like we got the shift. So we seeing things that the comfortable people aren't seeing. And then you got the super wealthy people who are, they fighting cases. They, what I'm saying? It's judgment day on them because of the shift that's going on at the bottom. We seeing things that's going on and we realizing like, hey, these people, the Federal Reserve, the senators, the House representatives, the president should be doing this. Woo do woo do woo woo. Why y'all ain't doing this? We need this. We need that. Boo boo boo. So it's like the people have become numb to the racist stuff. Like we don't care. It's like we don't care if you black, white, Asian, Hispanic. It's like we don't care about that no more. We're not doing the identity politics no more. We're not even doing that, to each other, because we already realized that the people at the bottom, we already realized that it's some black people that you don't like, and it's some black people you do like, and then you got some white people who don't like people of color, and then it's some white people who fuck with them. And then you got some Latinos who don't fuck with, people of color or white people. But it's some Latinos that do fuck with white people and do fuck with people of color. It's like we got that shift. And we don't care about that no more. We more focused on our families. We more focused on, our living situations. We focus on, mortgages, rents, food, good schooling, good neighborhoods. Like that's what a lot of us is like, that's what we care about. This is what we want, because some people can see driving down the street and see so many abandoned buildings. So many people can drive down, even down a downtown of a state and see that it's empty, and go into the malls and see that it's empty, and then go to the grocery stores and then see that everything is sky high. It's like everything is closing, and then the prices of stuff is going up, but the wages of these jobs aren't going up. But it's some people that's the people who can sit behind desks and stuff like that and answer calls or whatever like that, or and do paperwork online and stuff like that, typing computers. It's like these the people who are getting the most money. But the labor jobs, people ain't eating like that. People ain't getting the amount of money that they deserve. I'm talking about the skilled labor people, the hard labor people, the essential workers. Like they ain't getting paid the amount of money they need to be getting paid to live in this type of society. So it's like the people that got to put on dress suits and got to go business casual to work and stuff like that, and suit and ties. Like these people, they still, they ain't get the shift.
Is a huge element, to be honest, of anti-blackness in a lot of this, anti-black Americanness specifically. And Paula and I have talked about this, that there is a part of that anti-blackness is a piece of it, even though Enrique Tarrio, who's the head of the Proud Boys, is a black Latino, but he's down with white supremacists. Down with them. And there's this idea that I'm black, but I'm not black. I may look black to you. I may be black if I'm walking through Bloomingdale's and get followed around. But in my mind, I'm identifying with whiteness because whiteness means privilege and it means not being a black American. This has to be unpacked because this shift among Latino men is significant. And it says something about where we're going in this country, about whether we can, is a huge element.
Yeah, and it's like the older people too, the people that's in like 50s and 60s and stuff like that, is like they still stuck, they stuck in a whole nother dimension. Damn near, used to say, they damn near stuck in a whole nother dimension that they can't possibly fathom that a person that look like you can't have the same soul as you. We've been seeing that. We've been telling y'all this. We got to stop doing the identity politics because, you know, somebody is like pulling the strings on that. All around the board too, is like all around the board. That it's a trick. They tricking us. Let's put these, you know, people of color in here to make them think that, you know, they people of color, and then but they don't know that these ain't even the same type of people as you. They don't got the same background and history as you. So they don't have no ties to you. So they don't really care if they come in and undermine you and do everything that these people want them to do and telling them to do that's going against you and your family. But it's hard for the ones at the bottom to speak because our platforms ain't big enough. You know, or the way that we thinking, it ain't popular. You know, because they brainwashed y'all with so much materialism. Don't you know that's a spell? Don't you know the worship of money is a spell? Don't you know the worship of, you know, celebrities is a spell? To be famous is a spell. We are all one collective conscience. If we all came together and had the same agenda, which is peace, love, and prosperity, everything on this planet would change. It would have to, because that's the power of this planet. It is alive and is breathing because of us.
News, the mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Well, Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of four with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended up just going to waste. For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing. In the meantime, Mayor Adams spoke on the phone yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, who had vowed during his campaign to mass deport migrants. Aside from congratulating him on his win, though, Adams today would not say what they discussed.
Young men and women recipients of DACA that know of no other country but this one. And there is, among those people and many others, a palpable sense of fear for what may the future hold for them. What is your message to those people?
My message is clear. Right now, under the administration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, there's been about 500,000 people in our country let in who are convicted of crimes, 14,000 convicted of murder. Those people are going to go home immediately. After that, then you have about another 6 to 8, maybe 10 million, maybe more that have come in through these wide open asylum procedures under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They've overwhelmed our cities. Now, if you want to talk about the people who've been here much longer than that, then we're going to have to get to that one as well. But this is going to be a humane process because what is inhumane is leaving our borders massively open.
Young men and women.
People across the country have reportedly been sent alarming text messages with heavy offensive racial tones. Several law enforcement agencies across the metro say they're aware and are on alert. Fox 5's Eric Perry talked to several people who received the messages and has the latest. I've seen people post about it on their social media pages.
Yeah, it's going across the country.
Yeah.
We do want to warn you that some of this is extremely topic and sensitive here. The message is telling those they are required to report to a plantation to pick cotton or they will be whipped.
Greeting, David. You've been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation in Atlanta. Be ready at 12 a.m. sharp with your belongings.
David Williams reads the alarming text message he received after the election.
Master Ben asked us to send out this text message. Please be ready, and we won't be whipped. And I replied back, well, you better tell Ben I'm not my ancestors. I whip and shoot back.
Williams playing no games and is just one of many across the country who say they got the message.
I was kind of floored, flabbergasted.
He says he did a search of the number but had no luck. Several law enforcement agencies we contacted, including Atlanta police, say they are aware of the messages circulating.
A friend of mine's out in Vegas. He has a company, Broadway in the Hood, and one of his students, young, 10 years old, was very disturbed, and she was actually crying because she said, she don't understand why she's getting this text. A 10-year-old.
I was scared and I didn't really know what was gonna happen. It's just weird because it was out of nowhere.
We blurred her face, but this 14-year-old Rockdale County girl also received it. She quickly sent it to her mother, who alerted the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office and the school district.
It was just so shocking to me because with it being 2024 and still hearing things like that, it was just heartbreaking to see that someone would send a child something like that.
Many want to know who exactly is responsible.
It has to be someone or a team of people sending these messages out. And I would love to see whoever is doing this or whatever entity is making this happen, prosecuted, brought to justice, whatever, but it needs to stop.
So we also received a statement from the Southern Poverty Law Center, who say they are investigating this. Many on the campuses of Alabama State University, the University of Alabama, our neighbors to the right, received the message. We have more on what you should do if you get this message on our website, fox5atlanta.com. And Christine, we also got more from a 15-year-old. He says he didn't respond, and they text him again hours later.
Just shaking my head, just in 2024, this type of stuff.
That nigga said Master Ben told Buddy to pack his shit. You can report to the cotton field, and if you don't, you'll get whipped. Man, that shit is hilarious, man. What? Told Buddy he gonna get whipped? Hell no. Man, these people know better than that, man. These people know better than that.
Oh yeah, sisters. And I'm gonna put it to you like this. If I see you with a white man, it's up. I don't care. I don't want to hear that spicy white shit no more. This shit is not a joke no more. I don't care what the fuck Shira Savin said. Oh my God. You know what? Get with a man of your race. Get with an old white man. Bitch, I wish you would. Go ahead and do it. Do it. I want to see. Bitch, you gonna get that treatment, bitch. I'm gonna give you that look. Just how I get a black man with a white girl in his arm. Bitch, you got a white. Oh, you got a white man. Hold. Bitch, it's up for you. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm back on my racism shit. I'm back on it. Oh my God, it's 2020 all over again. I just the racism just came off of me. Now it's back on, bitch. I'm locked in. Bitch, if I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all my sisters and all that. But all that mixed shit, I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck. Hispanics too, bitch. I don't want to see no black skin babies. I don't give a fuck about her hair. I do not give a fuck about your kid's hair. I don't care. I do not care, bitch. It's blacks only, bitch. From now on, don't play. Do not play. Do not play. And it's specific blacks. I'm actually angry. Oh my God, calm down, Ajay. Calm down. Calm down. I'm actually angry, bitch. I promise you, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass if I see you with a white man, bitch. You bitches is not off the hook no more.
Oh, thank you, Pennsylvania. I went to sleep and I woke up and now our country is safe. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I know that God wouldn't let us be destroyed. Oh, thank you. I prayed and I prayed. Thank you, Lord, for saving our country. Thank you.
You say clearing out the corruption in your terms. Would that mean clearing out the top level federal service workers that are currently at the FDA and the CDC?
In some categories, I would say.
What does that look like? Yeah.
In some categories of workers, there are entire departments, like the nutrition departments at FDA, that have to go. that are not doing their job. They're not protecting our kids. Why do we have Fruit Loops in this country that have 18 or 19 ingredients, and you go to Canada and it's got 2 or 3?
Would you eliminate any of the agencies?
To eliminate the agencies, as long as it requires congressional approval, I wouldn't be doing that. And I can get the corruption out of the agencies. This is what I've been doing for 40 years. I've sued all those agencies. I have a PhD in corporate corruption, and that's what I do. And once they're not corrupt, once Americans are getting good science and are allowed to make their own choices, they're going to get a lot healthier.
Now, with this right here, I respect it. I respect JFK Jr. You know? He talking about coming into the health department and cleaning that motherfucker up, shaking house. All the corruption gotta go. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this presidency because the people have spoken. The people spoken, man. We tired of eating the bullshit. We tired of drinking the bullshit. We tired of the air being bullshit. We tired. And instead of doing what, some people want to do, we doing it the political way. So it's about to be a whole new America, man. It's a whole new world. Remember they was telling us? The ship was coming to a whole new world. A whole new world's about to come. It's about to come. But the thing of it is that we gotta still to January 6th. That's the spooky. This is the spooky part right here. Because these people are still in office.
Yeah, it's good to see you all. Particularly good to see my granddaughter sitting in the front row here. Hi, Finn. How are you, honey? For over 200 years, America has carried on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday, I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I'd direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. That's what the American people deserve. Yesterday, I also spoke with Vice President Harris. She's been a partner and a public servant. She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much, her character. She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character. She gave her whole heart and effort, and she and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran. The struggle for the soul of America, since our very founding, has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose. I also hope we can restore the respect for all our election workers who busted their necks and took risks at the outset. We should thank them. Thank them for staffing voting sites, counting the votes, protecting the very integrity of the election. Many of them are volunteers who do it simply out of love for their country. And as they did their duty as citizens, I will do my duty as president. I'll fulfill my oath, and I will honor the Constitution. On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America. To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people who've been hanging out with me for the last 40 years. God love you, as my mother would say. Thank you so much. You put so much into the past 4 years. I know it's a difficult time.
No, what does Biden's going to have to say something?
Biden.
What does he say?
Biden is one of the problems here. And the reason Biden is one of the problems here because Biden should have let everybody know he was just a transitional president. He should have let everybody know he was just going to do 4 years and get on about his business. And, you know, Biden should have dropped out a year ago or 2 years ago. And they should have made him drop out a year ago or 2 years ago. Or not drop out, but to say he was not going to run again.
So she could have, so people, not even, whoever could have prepared, right?
Whoever could have prepared. They could have did a proper primary, you know, picked the candidate. I still think, you know, the VP probably would have been the best choice, but you know, I think Biden is one of the bigger issues here that people aren't going to want to talk about, but they should. At the end of the day, America spoke loud and clear. Like it was a free and fair election, and you know, people went out there and they voted for the candidate that they wanted to vote for, and now that candidate is our president. You can say whatever you want. Oh, that's not my president. Yes, it is. And the things that they're going to do in the White House with control of the Senate is going to affect us all. So.
Hello, Tasha K. How
you doing, Miss Messenger? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York City. I want to let you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Kamala Harris is going to have to be investigated because when I went to vote, it was nothing but immigrants voting. And I know for a fact they just came here 2 years ago, so she's going to have to be investigated. And I need you to know that Mayor Adams been indicted, and I'm the one that exposed him for selling that illegal marijuana, and all of those people that own the forefront are from her mother family country of India, Bangladesh. She gave them mortgages and storefronts to sell illegal marijuana mixed with fentanyl and rubber. I'm telling you the truth. I got all the evidence. I'm not lying. I'm in New York near Parkchester, and I had all of those illegal marijuana spots exposed on my YouTube page. Okay, Mayor Adams, he got indicted for it, because I've been telling the truth about it. I was moved by the witness protection program, so I know all about the political. I canvassed for the people that got Mayor Adams elected just to see what they was doing, and they was giving out plenty of money to get them votes. Kamala Harris has to be investigated for allowing illegal immigrants. That's the only way she got the New York State vote. Thank you, Queen.
You're welcome.
Okay,
I do want to add my little 2 cents. I do know Mayor, it wasn't Eric Adams. Now, I'm not a citizen of New York, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I am a citizen of Florida. But is it true that Mayor Adams was giving out, you know, debit cards and free phones and stuff to immigrants?
Not only that, it started with President Obama. It's all about housing preservation development money. All of this fair housing and affordable housing is not. The rent is $4,000 in a ghetto rat roach infested apartment in Bronx, New York. And Kamala Harris made Black Americans and Spanish Americans they slave because they raised the Section 8 rent to $4,000 and allow private Indian landlord owners to collect $4,000 from Section 8. Yes, they do. The Democrat Party has been depleting and bankrupting New York City and America, and I got all the evidence.
I was a little shocked. I'm going to say this. I was a little shocked that New York and California went blue.
That's
being
because
that
of the
the
immigrants.
Homeless community is through the roof.
That's why.
That to me, I've been to California and I can't stay because I can't watch it. It's bad. It's so bad. And I was shocked because I was just like, this homelessness, like, who's gonna say something?
Kamala is giving mortgages and storefronts. Dunkin' Donuts are owned by everybody of our mother descent.
I appreciate you. We're gonna go ahead and get to somebody else.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But know that what I told you is the absolute truth, and I have all the evidence. Thank you.
Houston, get ready for a New Year's Eve.
I'm sorry. No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
Guys, we literally don't even have to panic. We literally don't have to freak out right now. We don't even have to fucking, we don't have to freak out. We don't have to freak out because it's not even real. Because, bitch, recount the vote!
I can't believe Trump's actually gonna win this fucking thing! Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm so pissed off! Fuck! God damn it!
We also know that he will try to invoke the Alien Enemies Act, which would essentially give the federal government the power, the authority to deport, to detain any non-U.S. citizen that they believe is deemed from an enemy country. We know from Operation Wetback that they literally packed hundreds of people into trains, planes, ships, and literally just dumped them in Mexico. What Stephen Miller has also told us is that they are actively designing new militarized giant detention centers where they would pack all these families. And one more thing that I think is important, I think a lot of people believe that we're talking about mass deportation plans that would just sort of affect undocumented immigrants. That's not true. There are 22 million people that live in mixed status families.
So the American would be deported too. That's what Tom
American
Homan
families
said.
will be deported, will be separated. If we were morally outraged in 2018 when we saw those families being deported and separated at the border, we're about to see that at a mass scale in the interior and with American families. We also know that he will try to
5 million motherfucking votes over in a popular vote for a motherfucking fascist and racist. Are you kidding me? Say what the fuck it is. You bitches. She shouldn't have had to do nothing. She shouldn't have to have no motherfucking campaign. Are you kidding me, bitch? I don't give a fuck. She didn't have no typical, palatable Republican opponent. I don't give a fuck if she never had no plans. I don't give a fuck if she got up there and cussed everybody out every day. Her opponent didn't have shit going on for nobody, and that's the motherfucker y'all voted for. And I got a motherfucking problem with that.
What's your name, man? What's your name? Call me a beaner?
My name's Chris.
Chris what?
Chris Thompson. Nice
Chris
to meet
Thompson.
you.
Never
Aren't you guys just hollering white
surrender.
power back there?
Yeah,
you guys were
white
just
power.
back there hollering white
You're
power
white
at Five
power.
Guys.
Were we hollering white power?
Pull out your camera.
You call me a beaner.
You guys are back there hollering white. You fucking employees are back there hollering white
Ooh, you're
power.
a bad boy. You're a bad boy.
Give me my fucking food, bro.
You're so bad.
Give me my burger. Give me whatever you got.
You're so bad. You're so cool. You're such a badass. Look at you.
You're gonna be fired.
Look at you.
Keep it
I'm
up.
gonna be fired.
Keep it up. You're gonna be fired. What are you doing, man?
Fire me.
Give me my food.
Fire me.
Just give me my fucking food and cut the bullshit.
Cut the bullshit?
Yeah,
What
give me my
bullshit,
food.
pussy?
Why are you shouting? You got this, right? You called me a pussy? You
I
got
did.
this? You're gonna be
I
fired
did.
tomorrow.
You called me a beaner.
You're back here
You
hollering
called me a
white power
beaner.
and you're back
You
here
called me a beaner.
giving your
Who are you
election vote. Give me
talking
my
to?
fucking food, bro. Please,
Election?
right now.
Give me your election. You already voted.
Fuck you, you fucking beaners.
Like, what is that? How are you okay with this? Hey, I'm pretty sure your wife is not even white.
Europeans fucking colonized this fucking country. And you fucking beaners are fucking invading it. You're a fucking
Who's invading?
invader.
Who's invading?
You should
Who's
be
invading?
fucking
Who's
ashamed.
invading? Who's invading? Who's invading? Who's invading? Hey, you touch him, I'll beat your fucking ass. What's up? What's up?
Get the fuck back, Peter.
Hey, woo!
Oh, I'm leaving.
You're so cool. You're a badass, my guy. Get out. Get out. Please leave. Get out. Get out. You're gone. You're gone. Get out.
Thank you.
Hey, you couldn't slam me.
If you walk outside,
You
we're gonna have a
couldn't slam
fucking
me.
problem.
You're causing us stuff. You're disturbing the customers. Please leave.
Why did you called me a pussy? You could have swung at me. I'm right here. You walked out. Yeah, walk out now. Big guy. Big guy.
Yeah, and that's the type of shit right there. It's not gonna be tolerated. You know, white people need to wake the fuck up too, man, because, you know, people is people. People are human beings, man. Like, if you don't want people to talk about slavery and all that, you can't be acting like this, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all continue to act like this, man, we're gonna continue to praise our ancestors and continue whooping y'all ass. So y'all need to chill that shit the fuck out.
They also dragged the shit out of me for being a Democratic shield. I think all I'm saying
Those
is,
people are nuts.
but I can't keep saying everybody's nuts.
They're
but
nuts
us,
if they're saying
or-
you're a shill for the Democrats.
But
That's nuts.
I think, Tiff, that's their perspective. Literally, like, we're in a place now where the shit is so narrowed down and so refined and so, like, we're not engaging people anymore.
I don't receive that.
It's true. Like, look at the numbers.
So who's been saving the Democratic Party's ass?
year, election after election after election after election. You have black women, so when you speak about who our oppressors is, and when you talk about what's going on, you are partly responsible for our demise, because you keep dragging our ashes to the polls, and we go right behind you. You want to know why we do it, black women? Because we love you and respect you, and we know how to tuck our nose. Shit, we don't have nothing to do with these politics. Our black women, we're going to go cast this vote and get this shit over with. Do you understand that, black women? 83% of you go to the poll in the last 200 fucking years since Reconstruction has happened, when you brought your ass from down south up here to the East Coast, because jobs were not moving fast enough down south. It's the whole fucking reason you became a Democrat to fucking begin with. Hillary Clinton cheated. She also had someone murdered in the name of Seth Rich. Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Ooh, boy, I ain't got no money for no Clintons. You playing?
I'm speaking facts, and I'm Google proof. So Seth Rich was murdered because they wanted his laptop, because he was giving information at the time to Julian Assange, who was a reporter, a whistleblower on the Democratic Party. Fast forward to 2020. The Democrats stick the fucking election up. They have people voting who aren't even fucking alive. And key states, okay?
Okay.
This is the real truth.
Okay.
Lyndon B. Johnson told you that he would have you voting for 200 fucking years for the Democratic Party. And that's what the fuck you've been doing. The Democrats have done what for you? And here's the question. We have urban communities all across this country. Not a damn Republican governs our urban communities. Our urban communities are governed by nothing but Democrats. When you talk about who your fucking oppressor is, that is your oppressor. That's your fucking oppressor. You don't cast a vote in your urban communities for Republicans. You cast a vote for Democrats. The ignorance of our people to do simple research. When Donald Trump was telling you, they had it on telling you about Roe versus Wade, did any of you stop to go and look at the fucking legislation of Roe versus Wade? He put the control back into the hands of the fucking states. Meaning this, let the states decide how they want to handle rights of women in terms of putting it to a ballot, a referendum, or a ballot challenge, yo. Taking it out of the hands of the fucking federal government. Do you understand that, black women? 83% of you go to the poll in the last 200 fucking years since Reconstruction has happened, when you brought your ass from down south up here to the East Coast, because jobs were not moving fast enough down south. It's the whole fucking reason you became a Democrat to fucking begin with. And you've been voting that way ever since. Not because these people are doing the will of you. Again, I ask you, go Google right now. You name me one urban community in the fucking entire United States of America that's governed by Republicans. Black women, you lead the polls. It's you that drag our asses to the poll. 83 and 93% turnout, black women, for the Democrats. So who's been saving the Democratic Party's ass year, election after election after election after election? You have black women, so when you speak about who our oppressors is, and when you talk about what's going on, you are partly responsible for our demise, because you keep dragging our ashes to the polls, and we go right behind you. You want to know why we do it, black women? Because we love you and respect you, and we know how to tuck our nose. Shit, we don't have nothing to do with these politics. Our black women, we're going to go cast this vote and get this shit over with. But you see how it's affecting us, and you see how it's going to affect your children's children down the line. You guys are uneducated in politics. That's the problem. You weren't taught economics in school. That's the problem. You weren't taught how to love a man, respect him, be submissive to him. You was taught how to use him or do without him. That's what you was taught. Carried over from your grandmothers to your mothers to your aunts and now to you, and you passing that shit on to your children. Meanwhile, you spewing this rhetoric about abortions and this, that, and the third. You killing babies out here. Because you can't keep your legs closed? Because you won't make them put a condom on? No man, no judiciary system, no form of government has the right to tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body. So much as none of you have the right to tell us, like Obama tried to do, and scold us as black men and tell us what we should be doing. When we built this fucking country on our backs, our slaves, our ancestors built this fucking country. So unless y'all really ready to die, really ready to go to war for our people, really ready to change the dynamics, shut the fuck up and accept what happened. Learn how to organize in your fucking communities, yo. Learn who's who in your communities, yo. Learn who has your best interest in your community, yo. Get the people in office that are stealing the fucking money in the Democratic Party out of your respective communities, yo, and then change will come.
Thank you. He reads. Woo! Hey, yo.
Yeah, what he was saying, man, I totally agree with what he was saying, because, you know, it seemed like the only people who winning out these situations are the black women. You know, the black men might have a job, but he not making as much money as that black woman. You know, they going to school and, you know, getting these degrees and all of this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And also, you know, being able to do so, and, you know, the housing and child support and all of these type of things where you able to, you work a job all year and get that big tax money back, and plus you got child support, and plus you can get food stamps, or you might not be able to get food stamps, so you just working, and then your job paying you a good amount of money to work there. A lot of black men don't go that route. You know what I'm saying? We gotta live with our mistakes that we done made. We gotta live with that shit. We don't get rewarded. We just get demoted. Everything chops us down. Boom, 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 boom. And especially if you ain't got nobody in your family that's in a position of power. You ain't got nobody in your family that you can call on and like, hey, I need a, you know what I'm saying? I'm stuck in a jam right now. I need to, you know what I'm saying, get this. Can I come work for your company? Can I come work at your, you know, your business? It ain't none of that. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's no being pulled up, you know what I'm saying, for that black man. So it's like, it's two different dynamics of life, you know. And what this election should teach us is that, I'm gonna just speak for my community, man. What this election should teach us that we all we got. And as soon as black women start to learn that and start to, you know, put away all those things that you was taught, man. Like, you gotta understand, you were being used. You're being used against us, because the power of both of us is like the Black Panthers, man. Because y'all do know in those times it was majority black women that was doing the you know what I'm saying, the Black Panther stuff, the activism, you know what I'm saying, the revolution. It was majority women, man, black women. But we don't got them same black women no more. You know, they chose money and material gains. They you know, they chose the materialism. You know, they chose the attention. They chose the, you know, they chose that, which is all spells. Black women don't even believe in God like how black men do. They don't believe in the same gods, because you could tell they don't. Because if they do, they wouldn't be doing the stuff that they doing. Because it's like when she get in a position of power, the only person benefit is her. That's the only person benefiting from that situation. But when a black man benefit, the whole family benefit. So the reason why the majority black people's households is not, you know, and to the point where they have wealth to pass down, they don't got no wealth to pass down. You want to know why? Because it's all based on the female income, which is all consumerism. It's all about consumer. It's not building nothing that can add value within lifetimes, generations to come. They just think about mainly, you know, the look of things. But if you do see a female that's generating those type of things, you can bet your bottom dollar, you can bet your last dollar that she got a male in her life that's teaching her some things. But this is the majority of the black women, man. They hurt the kids, man. They be hurting the kids. They put their kids in, man, so much danger, man. They put their kids in so much danger. Don't even love them the way they need to be loved. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't know love. The only love they know is that they love. They love of things. It's not true. It's not truly love. It's not truly genuine. It's not truly unconditional. It's on conditions. But we gotta come together though, black women. You know, because I hope this woke y'all up. Because every black person that you see on TV is not black, and they not for you. They don't care about you. So you buying Fenty, you buying Beyonce's jeans or her albums and stuff like that, and worshiping her. She can care less about you, man. Trust me. That money can be going into building something in the communities, man. You see the communities, but it's like black women don't care about none of that. The black man do though. The black man want his kids to grow up to be in a safe environment, a safe neighborhood. What the black women do is they get the money and move out the neighborhoods. The black man, he wanna stay and build up the neighborhood. This is reasons why black men don't get the type of shine that they get. This is why the black men don't get the type of, resources that, that other people get. This is why the black man is the most incarcerated. This is why the most, disease, like poison with the food and targeted the most, you know what I'm saying? Because at our peaks, we are the best thing that can happen to humanity. You know? We got a soul and power about us that no other race has. We got morals and respect and integrity. You know what I'm saying? We got that. We have the ability to lead fairness, justly. So we got to come together. And this should show y'all all that voting stuff don't matter, man. We got to start voting for us. Let's get it.